here, and really this is in his memory, okay? Dr. D lived a life of faith, family, and friends better than anybody I've ever known. And he is someone that we as physicians, and especially as pediatricians, need to strive to emulate. I came here in December of 1979 to interview for a job. And Dr. D picked me up at the airport. He took me around. I met a man then who was absolutely wonderful. I'd learned quite quickly that he loved his Cowboys because we cut short the tour to go watch the Cowboys kickoff. I also learned that he loved the outdoors, and he started telling me about his cabin in Colorado, that anytime I wanted to go fly fishing, which is my avocation in life, well, that sold me on coming to San Angelo. I learned later about his faith. His faith is one of the people integral in starting up Southland Baptist. When I went to his funeral in February of 2015, I saw the love of people for him, and I see many of those people here today. I learned of his family. When I came here, his kids were grown and gone, and I wish I had gotten to meet them back when Dr. D was covering for me so I could do things with my kids. But I've met them since, and they are Chip off the old block. Chip, that's not just for you, that's for your whole family. Okay? Wonderful people of faith. And friends, you know, we have lots of friends, but Dr. Dodson's patients held him as a friend, and that's something very special that especially we in pediatrics get to have. I see one of his patients over here, Dr. Elizabeth Lee Young. You talk about the legacy. She was his patient. She's gone on to be a pediatrician and be an integral part of Shannon Clinic, and I know this is special for you too. How this started was just a simple comment from me to Jeanette Daly over here, Lindy Stone, Lindy over here. I said, I just simply want to make a donation to the Children's Miracle Network in Dr. D's honor. Is there some piece of equipment or something that we could put his name on? They're the ones that came up, well, we've got the garden area that ain't much of a garden anymore, and we want to renovate it. So the idea started from then, and then we got people from the hospital, from the pediatric staff, and came up with different ideas. And what you're seeing is a culmination of a project that started a little over a year ago. And I'm so pleased and honored to see it here today. A little bit about Dr. D. Like I said, I met him in 1979, a wonderful person. There are very few physicians who grow up in a community and then come back as a physician. And Dr. D grew up here. He graduated from Central High School, which was San Angelo High School back then. I only found out later that he was the quarterback on the 1946 state championship football team. I just, you know, there are stories I can tell you in private about how I saw he was a very strong man before, but that really amazed me. He went off to college at UT. He did his pediatric training down at Baylor in Houston. And he came back here in 1958. He practiced 40 years, 2 generations, 40 years as a pediatrician in his hometown. To me, that's amazing. It's something that we can all emulate to do. There are so many people who know him, and over the years, you know, you hear people say nice things and bad things about different people, and you always remember the nice things. I have never once heard from any colleague, any person in the hospital, anybody in the community, a single bad word about Dr. D. His strongest word he ever used, close enough to being a cuss word, was, "Oh, darn you, Rob Paderak," when I'd pull up a practical joke on him, okay? And that was it. So this idea started as a little seed, like a seed for a tree, a mustard plant. It's blossomed, and the joy of it is seeing here now. I think there are a lot of people to thank, and many of them are here today. To Dr. D's family, it's wonderful to have you here. your father, your husband, has been loved in the past and will be honored and hopefully emulated in the future. There are a number of people whose ideas went into this, but there is one person who really stands above the rest of us. Julie, where are you? There you are, Julie Raymond. Okay, yeah, hiding behind, yeah. You know, I have a lineal, sequential, scientific mind, pretty much. Most of us in pediatrics too. My thought was, well, let's put some little stones on the fountain and brighten it up, and maybe we have a little putting green and a little bit of this and that, and some nurses came up. We came with those little bit of ideas, and Julie, who is a true artist with Art in Uncommon Places, has made us really look good. Thank you, Julie. For those who have not heard, this is not totally complete. It's 90+% complete. Behind many of you is the fountain, and I love a fountain. To me, the sound of water running makes me think of the mountains and anytime I can go fly fishing. Instead of my little tiles on that fountain, there's going to be a Children's Miracle Network artistic balloon that's going to be attached to the center area and rise above, which will be a centerpiece. So all of you are going to need to come back when that's in place, because I think it's going to make it look absolutely fabulous. A lot of people here have given money in donation for this, and we thank you for that. There is one group that is involved with child life. Now, for those who don't know it, child life simply means making a child's hospital stay better. What can we do to make them feel more at home? And the group, the Spirit of Children organization, makes donations for child life projects. They gave a significant donation. They're not here tonight. I understand they're out of town, out of state, but they're certainly going to be recognized later. Finally, I'd like to bring Sybil on over and let her say a couple of words.
Thank you, Dr. Pyra. This is awesome. I just hope I can talk. My family and I are extremely grateful for this wonderful tribute with the dedication of such a lovely atrium and garden in memory of Dwayne, or as a lot of you here tonight would say, Dr. Dodson or Dr. D. And as he cared for and loved children, as Rob said, we as a family know that he would have said his strength came from faith in God. He loved to help his patients. He loved to help his children. He loved his nurses. And this amazing creation would have pleased him so very much. And as we have seen the children even playing tonight, how much it will be enjoyed. And thank you to everyone who had a part in it, to Lindy Stone for all your help and all you do for the Children's Miracle Network. And to Dr. Rob Hatterack for your insight and your leadership in this project, and for all your support and love and friendship that you've shown Dwayne through the years. And to, you said it to Julie Raymond, but again, and even part of my family have seen how much work she's done. And isn't this very creative and beautiful in here? It's just truly an artistic design. And to even the Shirts Nursery, to their landscaping. It's beautiful, isn't it? And to the pediatric nurses who contributed your ideas for the children. And to all of you who have come tonight to honor him. I and my family, we just thank you. And indeed, as a family, we are and we feel truly blessed. Thank you.
You know, Sybil actually in her first life was a pediatric nurse in the old Shannon Hospital at the time Dr. D was here. And I found that out in later years. And Dr. D was blessed with two wonderful wives, Elsie, who passed away from cancer, and then Sybil has come on later in his life and built a couple of families that are just fabulous. So she has a part of her heart in Shannon Hospital. Okay, we're supposed to do a ribbon cutting. So somebody else I get to turn this over to.